Nothing heard. CQ, 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 CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, CQ, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, any stations anywhere.
Kilo Charlie 9, November Romeo Oscar.
Kilo Charlie 9, November Romeo Oscar. Good evening. Thanks for giving us a call. The name here is Randy. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Copy, Missouri down there. I'm doing some camping in Daniel Boone National Forest down here in Kentucky, operating portable.
Okay, 5 minutes. What's the location of the portable again?
Doing Natural Bridge State Park. The park number is Kilo 1286. And again, it's National Bridge State Park. It's in Red River Gorge, Kentucky.
Oh, okay. You're in Kentucky. I just pulled up the page, and it looks like it showed you in the Indianapolis area, so we just wanted to make sure what we were doing there, make sure we get you in the right spot there. Well, I appreciate you, again, coming back to the call. Nice to hear you portable there. I understand you're working the park. We come out here in the evenings now on 40 meters. We're also doing a live stream as well, so you'll certainly get an opportunity when you get back to internet, if you wish, to listen to our QSO on my channel and see how you sound on the air portable there, Roger.
Copy that. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. My channel is my call sign, K0RWB, or Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. You just look for the video with today's date on it, and you're the first one, so you'd be right there in the beginning there, Roger.
Copy that. You got a time stamp on that, or you're going live right now?
We are live right now, but you're right at the beginning. We're about 2 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Yeah, internet here is iffy. Seems to work better on my tablet than it does my phone, so I can probably check that out and handle it.
Yeah, there's usually about a 20 or 30 second delay, going through servers and internet and that kind of stuff, and it's not uncommon. I've heard that on many occasions before. We've been doing this now for about 3 months, having a lot of fun with it. The bottom line is making contacts, having some great QSOs, and good information sharing along the way. And that one little extra element of it is we're doing the live stream here. We've already got a few people on the chat that are saying good evening, and we're having some fun in the process there. Go ahead.
Copy that. What all do you do on YouTube? Just live streams like this, or other informational kind of things?
Well, we put out a couple of videos, one about a month and a half ago on Log for Old Men. Had some questions. People had asked me what logging program we used, and we put a little short video together. And then a couple of weeks ago, we did a short video on the MP1 vertical antenna, portable antenna, and what kind of success we've had on it. Otherwise, we enjoy ourselves sitting here in Studio A tonight. We have most other nights, and calling CQ and making contacts and kind of talking what people want to talk about. And we try to be respectful of everybody's time, and it seems to work out well for everybody there, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. Not too much reg chewing going on ham bands. Sometimes you find it and everything. Seems like more on 80 meters than anything else. But it's nice to make contact with people reg chew versus a check in and go kind of thing.
Yeah, my channel's not set up to 5.9 QRZ. We're not a big fan of that, but we don't have 20-minute QSOs either. We try to make a good balance of both. There are usually others that are out there in the wings, and we're not the best at a pilot. We're the first one to stay that, but we work in the best we can with the time that we have allotted, usually a couple hours here in the evening. We got started just a little earlier, and we usually start about 7 o'clock Central, but had a little bit of time and got everything set up like we wanted, so we decided to start a little early and we start off with a portable, so it worked out real well there. Go ahead.
Copy that. What kind of radio are you using? You at a home station now, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're currently in Studio A, which is the Yaesu FT8 and we're running a 40-meter dipole off the side of the tower, about 38 foot. We've got it matched with a Heil PR 781 microphone, and we're doing about 700 on peaks.
Well, your audio's coming in pretty good here in the old rainy forest. I'm down in a gulch. I got mountains to the left, mountains to the right of me. I'm amazed that I'm actually kind of getting out here.
Well, that just means you've got good reflectors. That's one way to look at it, but take it while you can. Certainly understand that one. So, hey, thanks for giving us a call. I understand you're doing the POTO. Hope you'll get some contacts with that. And you sound good in the receive, so it's working well for you. We're going to be doing a live stream portable here in a couple of weeks. It should be interesting as well. So we'll see how it goes. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. And by all means, if you hear us again, give us a call, and we'll pick it up where we left off. Kilo Charlie 9, November Romeo Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7 3s.
7-3, my friend. Good luck with your channel. KC9, in a road.
Okay, 7 3s, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any stations, come back with your call.
November 8, Ocean Queen Papa.
The November 8 again, please.
November 8, Ocean Queen Papa. We are in Akron, Ohio.
November 8, Oscar, Quebec, Papa. Well, good evening, Bill. How are you doing there in Akron?
Not doing too bad. I heard you talking to that other gentleman there, and I figured I'd jump in there and say hello to you. I hope everything's going well for you.
We do. Very nice to work you this evening there, Roger.
Yeah, we're running a 7300, and I actually did the mods to it here, or not the mod, the firmware upgrade to it a couple of weeks ago. And this is the first time I've really actually used it, so I'm glad it's still sounding okay.
Yeah, it sounds very good in my receive. It's really hard to even hear a bad 7300. They always sound pretty good to me. We own one as well. We have that in that what they call Studio B. We're in Studio A tonight, which is the Yaesu FT8 with our 40-meter dipole on the side of our tower. So that's what we're using tonight, and we're set up a little bit more comfortable than we are in Studio B, which is basically backup equipment. You know, ham radio, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, so you got to have redundant systems there, Roger.
You always have to have about 15. That's correct.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can get away quite with that many, but I think we've got enough to, if something should happen here or there, we can still cover our bases. And that was a long time coming. You know, this stuff isn't as cheap as it used to be there, Roger.
Yeah, this is true. Could you shoot me your call sign one more time here and your first name?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. The call is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0RWB, and the handle here is Randy, QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And we're also streaming live on YouTube tonight. Go ahead.
Okay. And the name was again, it's K0RWB as in Bravo?
Yes, red, white, and blue.
What's the name again?
The name here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee.
Okay, Randy, nice making your acquaintance. We actually do, I actually own a internet station out here, and we actually do our own podcasting. I've got 2 shows to run on it. Both actually amateur radio related, and a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, we've only been doing this now for about 3 months, thereabout. It's a little bit of coaxing from our friend Alex down in Cutler Bay, Florida, Whiskey 7 Hotel uniform. I had checked in with him on many occasions back in January, and he introduced me that he was doing a live stream. I thought that was quite interesting. And, of course, I had an opportunity to listen to myself on the playback, and I thought it sounded absolutely awful. So we started making a few changes with our audio setups and what have you, and kept checking in with him. And after a couple of phone calls and whatever, he says, you should do this where you're at. I don't know anybody in the Midwest. And I said, okay, how do I do it? And he kind of helped us get started. And here we are, having a great time making contacts, having great QSOs, wonderful information that stations have been provided, and some terrific stories as well. So, so far it's been a great. I think everybody else is enjoying it as well. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. We've actually been doing the podcast thing now. We actually started in a station about 20 miles south or kind of west of here. It was owned by somebody else, and that's what kind of turned me on to the podcasting thing. And that was also an internet station also. Then we decided to go branch out on our own after some political stuff went on, and we ended up starting a station one time. The internet station I've got actually runs out of my basement 24/7. But for pretty much all 60s, 70s, and 80s music, and unless we have a podcast running, which that's a couple nights over a couple days a week. It's a lot of fun. It's a little bit different of a hobby, although there's a lot of similarities, you know.
Well, yeah, there is, especially when you're live. If you're, recording something for later, you can certainly do edit and so forth. But while we're doing this live, it is what it is. And I did have people years ago tell me that I had a face for radio, so we thought we'd give it a go. That might be the good or the bad side of the live stream. We've had a webcam pointed right at us. So not only do you hear me, you got to see what I'm looking like as well. And I don't know, it's kind of up in the air yet to see how that goes there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, I'll tell you what, you are in very good company here. We have both. We have a voice and a face for radio, both.
Well, I'll tell you, I will say this, in the time that we've done it, by and large, everybody is, I think, has had a great time, and very positive comments either on the live chat, or you get comments later. I get emails and so forth. And again, it's not about what I've got to say. It's more about what you guys have to say. So the thing we've done the last couple of nights, and I'll ask you as well, is have you tried FT8? You give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, or if you see anything you've dealt with. And we've done that last week as well. And the question was, how many people were running 100 watts on a wire? And it was about 80% that evening, and everybody sounded terrific, which makes me wonder, why my electric bill is so high if people sound that well on 100 watts on a wire. And sometimes I wonder. So these are kind of the things we just kind of throw out there, and we get people's experiences, comments, opinions, and so forth, and it kind of makes it fun for a QSO, Roger?
I haven't done FT8 here within the last couple of weeks, but I'm a pretty big fan of it. It's a good way to communicate. Some people say it's not really amateur radio-ish, but it's to each his own. And as far as the 100 watts on a wire, I'm one of those in that family also. The station here is I'm running. I actually have a vertical 6BT Cushcrafter, and I'm actually running. The antenna I'm on right now is a Alpha Delta. It's a vertical or a horizontal. It's kind of done like a sloper because of room constraints and stuff like that. Seems to do all right. I've had QSOs clear into Africa before. That's not too bad from Ohio.
No, that's actually good. Any place as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, sometimes it's a good thing or there's a bad thing about being central U.S. It's like, do I point left or do I point right with the beam? Of course, 40 meters we're running a dipole, but 6 through 20 we run a beam, and it's either a good thing or a bad thing. You never know which direction to point. So it can be challenging at times. We have made a fair amount of contacts. We probably don't call CQ as much as the next person, but in this instance we do, of course. But I hate to have a CQ go unanswered, so if I hear him calling, I always like to get back there, because we've been on that side, and it can be frustrating sometimes. But again, that's the great thing about amateur radio. We all kind of self-govern ourselves, and we seem to take care of ourselves as well. And that's one thing I do enjoy about the hobby. We've been very fortunate the last several months to have a chance to talk with some brand new hams that have come back to the hobby after years away and so forth. And you can really hear the enthusiasm in their voice. It's really taken a hold to them, and I think that's great. It makes the hobby healthy, and I think it's going to be in good hands in many years to come. Along with Cycles 25's helped us out as well. So we'll see how that goes from there. Hey, thanks again for giving us the call this evening. Appreciate it very much. I didn't see a contact in the log, so I do thank you for doing that, and hope we'll have a chance to work again. Enjoy the rest of your evening here on Thursday. Be safe and be well, and the wonderful weekend coming up. We try to be out here during the week here on 40 meters around 7 Central, thereabouts. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. We do appreciate it very much. November 8, Oscar, Quebec, Papa, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. 7 threes.
Okay, Randy, it's been a pleasure talking to you, sir. We don't get on too much of the evening radio. I actually work for a living, and I'm usually too tired to sit down over here, but I was actually just tuning around and happened to find you here. It's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. You get on Facebook sometime, look us up. We actually operate the little stations called Crooked River Radio. If you want to look us up there, we actually have a pretty. It's not a tremendous online presence, but it's there. 73, and nice talking to you, sir. And take care, and we will hopefully talk to you in the near future. So, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo from November 8th, Ocean Queen, Papa.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Pat, and I've got it written down. We'll give a look at it later on there on Facebook. Be happy to. It sounds like a lot of fun. Again, and we're always out here to support everybody else. They support us as well. So we'll definitely be giving it a look. And I thank you for providing the information as well. 7 threes, enjoy the night. Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. QRZ, any other stations, come with your call, please.
Kilo India 5, Golf Kilo Delta QRP.
I think we heard a Golf India 5, I believe it was. QRP station, come back again with your call, please.
Kilo India 5, Golf
Yeah, this
Kilo
is
Delta.
WD9DDU here. Yes, I am QRP right now. Whiskey Delta Niner, Delta Unicorn.
And Whiskey Delta 9 QRP, stand by one. There was somebody right in front of you there, and I'll get right back to you. The Kilo India 5 Golf question mark?
Golf Kilo Delta.
Golf Zulu Delta?
Negative. Golf Kilo Delta. Kilowatt Delta.
Okay, apologize for that. It never fails. I try to grab a call and I get noise on the band there. We'll make sure we got it right here. Kilo India 5, Golf Kilo November, or is that Delta?
Delta Dog.
Okay, then I got it, Justin, down by Fort Worth. And why did I have such a hard time with that? We talked about a week ago. What was I thinking there? Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to. I don't know. I gotta quit saying golf. I guess a lot of people have trouble with phonetic golf, so maybe I'll start using gopher. But actually, I'm not around Fort Worth now. I am up here at our cabin in southeast Oklahoma, running off of a battery with this little 10-watt UGX QRP rig.
Oh, terrific. Well, for QRP 10 watts, don't take it bad. You're 5 and 5 in the receive, but boy, the audio is coming right on through there. And I think you mentioned that once before when we talked that you would be going up to the cabin. So it's all starting to come back to me.
Yeah, I got up here about a week ago, and had this little MFJ portable dipole up, and the bandwidth is really just super narrow on that thing, and I can make a few contacts with it. But today I got out there with a string and a big heavy bolt, and threw it up over a limb in a tree. So I got my inverted V back up about 30 foot, and it seems to be getting out a whole lot better.
Yeah, it sounds terrific. Again, I don't run any preamp or anything. The signals are what they are, but I take a lot more stock in on the audio, and I think that's a comment we had before when we were talking at your other location, that the audio was good, and it sounds good this evening as well. So it's definitely working for you. Again, I thought it was kind of neat that you're running strictly battery, and I know what the challenges are for that, of course. And we're going to be doing that in a couple of weeks ourselves. We're going to be going strictly battery, portable, and live streaming at the same time. So it's going to be a challenge, but we're going to see if we can have some fun with it there, Roger.
QSL lad, yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I kind of considered myself portable until I threw the antenna up in the tree today, so I'm just pure RP now. But you've seen the picture of my battery bank, so this little UGITX, it only draws a couple of amps while it's transmitting. So this 600 amp hour 12 volt battery bank I got here, I can run for quite a while until I need to put a charge on it.
Yeah, I would say so. And all of a sudden you've bounced up to 5 and 7 to 5 and 9. So it's nice to see that the band is maybe opening up a little bit. The last 2 nights were pretty noisy, static crashes and what have you with all the storms. It's been relatively quiet here at my QTH. I hope it'll be that way on the band tonight. I think we all deserve a good night on 40 meters without a whole bunch of static crashes and noise there, Roger.
QSL. Yeah, it was pretty intense here last night, too. To the north of us, 30, 40 miles, there were tornado warnings and a lot of nasty stuff. We just got a lot of rain. It soaked pretty good. My water catchment tanks are just about full now, so I should have plenty of water for the summer, and life is good.
Yeah, and you're on the air, and you're having QSOs, you're making contacts. I mean, what's the downside? I don't know. The sun is shining, the weather's decent. I kind of feel the same way here. Anytime I can wake up and get coffee in the morning, it's always a good day. And then whatever else we do is gravy. And if we can finish the day on the air, making contacts and having some great conversations, that makes it a wonderful day there, Roger.
I heard that definitely. Yeah, I'm up here. Wife will be up here probably about a month. She's got to wait for a grandkid to get out of school. But it's just me and the dog. I'm starting to grow a little tired of the dog, but I guess we'll make it through it.
Well, they say it's man's best friend, so I'm hoping that works out for you. So, hey, Justin, thanks for giving us a call. And I did hear another QRP out there. I don't want everybody's batteries to run out until we get a chance to work them, but nice to hear you up in the cabin. It kind of, like I said, it takes for a little while for me to kind of put 2 and 2 together, but it certainly is coming back to us now. And I do thank you again for giving us a call, and I hope you will continue if you hear us out here. It sounds really good. Again, I was just really impressed. You just came up really nice that last go-around. So it's amazing what you can do on 10 watts when the conditions are right. So it sounds really good. Hey, be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And by all means, give us a call again if you hear us out there. Kilo India 5, Golf Kilo Delta, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Justin 73s.
K0RWB, this is KI5GKD 73 to you as well. Yeah, anytime I hear you out here, I will definitely yell at you. You're normally one of the loudest stations on the channel. So take it easy, have fun, be safe, stay healthy, God bless, and we'll catch you later on down the log.
Okay, sounds good, Justin. Take care. And we'll go ahead and clear with him. The other QRP station, if you're still out there, I believe it was was it a Whiskey Delta 9 question mark?
Yes, it was WD9DDU, and it's not QRP right now. Running low power into the amplifier, and I've got a new antenna tuner, and it just wasn't doing anything. But now it says it's putting out a couple hundred watts.
Well, we're going to count it anyway. How about that? Yeah, sounds terrific. 5.7, 5.8 here in the receive. The audio is got a lot of punch to it. Very bright, I guess, is the way I kind of put it. And you know, you got to do what you got to do, of course. I appreciate you standing by. The previous station just nipped you there at the wire, but I do appreciate you hanging in there, and I'm glad we got a chance.
Talk just a little bit, but I'm breaking in a new Pulsar HF Auto antenna tuner, and I just got it up to where I could turn it on this evening, and I'm just kind of playing with it on some different bands, seeing if I can, how it's going to work. Seems like it's going to work pretty good. My radio right now, I'm putting out 13 watts, and that's what you heard me on. And I'm running it really low into the amplifier, just making sure everything's okay first.
Well, you know, we would have tried it either way. Would have worked for me, and we probably would have been able to make it work. But again, you do what you got to do, and I'm glad we got a chance. Yeah, again, we're not a big fan of 5.9 QRZ. This is not a contest. But we don't have time for 20-minute QSOs either. We try to make a good balance in between, and we try to be respectful of everybody's time. They want to take the time to check in and say hi, and say what they'd like to talk about, whatever. And that's kind of what we do here. The little difference, of course, we're live streaming on YouTube, so it's also being recorded. So like I tell everybody else, if you're interested in hearing yourself on the air, you can always go back to my channel here on YouTube and listen to yourself on the air, see how you sound. If there's things you liked about it or some changes you want to make to your audio or whatever, you certainly have that option as well. We've had people do that before, and we did it ourselves. So it's just something that we've been enjoying doing, and I think other people have as well there, Roger.
I understand, and I will sit on there. I haven't been on YouTube. I've thought it forever. But I'll get on there and listen to you. I don't have a computer on right now. But I understand it's K0RWB, and we have a third party heard from here. And I'll get on there and look for it. It'll be most interesting to hear that.
Yeah. A lot of people get, people get a kick out of it. Again, we don't get that much of an opportunity to hear ourselves on the air. I know me personally. I have a set of headphones, and what I sound like in my headphones is nothing like I sound on the air, and that's kind of what got me started this. I had some encouragement from my good friend Alex down in Florida, who helped me get this thing up and going, and again, we're just having some fun with it. The bottom line is to make contacts, have some great QSOs, share information, which we've done just the last couple of weeks has been wonderful, and even some great stories as well. So that's kind of what we do here. The main thing is we just have fun in the process, and we go from there. So I told my friend Pat here on the chat, I have a hard time doing two things at once. So trying to type and talk on the air, sometimes one of the two gets messed up. But sooner or later, we get it figured out there, Roger.
Roger. Well, I'll let you talk to someone else. I'm sure there's some others waiting to get in there and speak with you. And I'm in French Lick, Indiana. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I understand you're over in Kansas there. I've been through there traveling from Indiana and Colorado quite a few times. So good talking to you. Thank you for the QSO. K0RWB. This is WD9DDU. And I'll listen here to your next QSO.
Well, I appreciate it very much. And if I didn't tell you either, the name here is Randy in the QTH. For 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. We're on the Missouri side. We like to say the right side there. We don't like to say the left side. We leave that to themselves. So we're on the right side there. Steve, thanks for giving us a call. And by all means, you hear us again, give us a call again. We'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. We try to come out here in the evenings during the week, usually around 7 o'clock Central. We got started a little early this evening, but that's usually what the plan is. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening and a good Friday tomorrow as well. Whiskey Delta 9, Delta Uniform, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s. Okay, K0RWB, QRZ, any other stations, come with your call, please. Here, station out in the distance is K0RWB, QRZ, any other stations, come back with your call.
Kilowatt Delta 8, Papa Quebec Echo.
So, Kilo Delta 8, Papa Quebec Echo. Good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Roger. Doing fine, thank you. If you don't mind, I just talked to a guy in England, and that was very exciting for me. That's my 15th country, and I'm operating with an in-fed antenna in the attic, and I was able to get through England, so for me that was a big deal. Over.
I think that's terrific. And on what band did you make contact with them?
On 20 meters, 14.275.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, good for you. That just shows you the band has been opening up a little bit. Hasn't been too good during the daytime, at least when I get on. That's nice to hear that it's working this evening. And that's the great thing about the hobby, man. You just it's a free phone call. You just don't know who on the other end there, Roger.
Roger, I turned up the compression, and then I turned up the treble so I could hear him. I turned the attenuator on, and then I turned up the volume pretty high. And I gave him a 5.9 signal, but in reality it was probably a 3.3 over.
Well, he probably didn't know that until now because he's watching on YouTube. He's watching our live stream, so now he knows the truth. No, I think that's great. You know, it really is. I can remember once I was putting an antenna together on my back deck. It was about 4 foot off the ground. I got so excited I wanted to use it. I hooked my radio up to it. I called CQ, and my first contact was the UK, and it was only 4 foot off the ground. So I can just imagine what you went through as well. Well, welcome to the hobby. I'm glad you're having a great time with it. It is a terrific hobby, and you're gonna kind of meet some of the greatest people in the world. There's really something for everybody on the hobby. And there's a price point for it as well. We have a lot of people that check in with us that are 100 watts in a wire and do a terrific job. And, propagation is everything. And apparently it's working for you this evening. So I think that's terrific there, Roger.
Roger. Hey, your friend Alex down in Florida that you helped you set this up, it's my understanding that he fell off a ladder. Is that correct, over?
Yeah, I believe he tried to play Humpty Dumpty and was moving a ladder, and I think he probably knew he shouldn't have, but he did anyway, and he took a spill and had a few cuts on his head and his forearm, and I believe he hurt some ribs or what have you, but he's a young guy. I know he's going to bounce back. I think he's just taking his time with recovery, and we'll have him back here on the air before you know it there, Roger.
Yeah, I always give him a hard time. I'm always telling him I'm going to put a big old beam in the antenna, and he always says, well, you keep turning it. And I said, that's all right. I'm just going to get it. I'm going to point it straight to you. And so anyway, I always kid around with him. Over.
Yeah, I've done the same way. We've kind of gotten to know each other since about the 1st of January, and I just happened to stumble across him one evening calling CQ as well. And we answered, we called out, and he did answer our call there, and he was telling me about his YouTube live stream, and that kind of evolved into a couple of phone calls, and he got me set up where I'm at today. So where I'm doing the live stream because of Alex, so I owe him quite a little bit, and he's a very good resource. He's a wealth of information. And he's also just a terrific guy as well. And that's what I run across with the whole ham community, and by and large there, Roger.
No, Roger, KD8PQE. I think that I'd like to know his story because I'm 61 and I'd try to figure out his age because I think he was born in Cuba. And I don't want to be rude, but nor am I trying to be political whatsoever, but he did make his way over here, and I think there's probably a good story there, over.
Yeah, actually, if you'll go to his channel, there was a video. It was put on with him and Christian, who's over here in St. Louis, that has a podcast live stream called 100 Watts in a Wire. But I think Alex also has it on his channel and his archives of how he was able to get over here from Cuba. So I'm sure you could kind of just glance back through those. That was maybe a month or so ago that I think that was put together or so, and he actually talks about the story of how he got here.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to find that. Well, I've been playing around as I spoke to you with my compression, so I got markers here on it. So I don't want to hold you up. You're always a blast to talk to. Thank you so much. And KDAPQE speaking with K0RWB73.
Well, the pleasure's all mine. I'm glad you stopped in. Thanks for giving us a call. I'm glad we had a chance to pick you up. And again, we do this during the week. Here, this is week 3 on 40 meters. I think we're going to be here for a while. So we usually like to start about 7 o'clock Central, but we did get a little early tonight, a little early start. So again, if you hear us out there, by all means, give us a call again. We'll pick it up where we left off. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe and be well. Kilo Delta 8, Papa Quebec Echo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s. Okay, QRZ, any stations anywhere?
KD9 QFX.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Foxtrot X-ray. Is that a Roger?
That is a Roger. That's QXL.
Okay, well, if you hadn't have come in quite so loud and clear, I would have had a hard time with those letters, but very nice signal into the Kansas City area. Thanks for giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy, and we're about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. I'll look at the meter next go around, but I had no problems hearing you that time. Go ahead.
All right there, Randy. Well, I'm glad to hear that because I'm just talking on just about 70 watts right now on a double bazooka antenna up about 20 feet, and just hoping I can get back to you once again. The name here is Kenny. And I am about 50 miles straight north of Chicago. Roger?
Up by Waukegan.
Yep, Roger.
Well, I'll tell you what, your 70 watts is giving you a 5.9 plus in my receive. So you're even doing better than the other guys that are 100 watts on a wire. Well, that or the band is in good shape. I'm going to say it's a combination of both, Kenny. Sounds really good. We've had some fortunate luck the last couple of days. Quite a few stations in your area are Rockford, Naperville, Juliet, Kenosha, Madison, even on the Michigan and Wisconsin side. So it's really nice to hear that the band is holding up pretty well, and it seems to be a lot quieter in the last couple of nights here. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, you know what? I'm going to push the limit. You know, I'm one of those people that, like, you dare somebody to do something, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Right now, I'm talking on 10 watts on this FT8 with my double bazooka there. You still got me?
I do, and it's got to be the microphone because you're still 5 and 7.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm really surprised you can still hear me, to be truthful, because it's just a little bitty station here. I don't profess to be anything except just grateful to get across the street there. Over.
Well, I'll tell you, the FTDX10 is a big radio in a small package. It's working quite well. It's the exact same radio that we're talking on right now. Only we're running a 40-meter dipole about 38 feet off the side of the tower, and we're about 7 to 750 watts on the peak. So I think I better just turn my amp off if I can talk as good as you are this evening there. Go ahead.
Well, you can cut it off because I don't know if my needle can go any further. You're above 20 S units. You're over the 20.
Well, I was hoping to do a little better than that, but that's okay. Is it the stock mic, Kenny, that you're running, or do you have a different microphone for it? Kenny, hey, thank you for that double. Kenny, are you running the stock mic, or are you running an aftermarket mic?
I'm running an aftermarket, running a Howe mic. I think it's the HM or MH DX10. Okay,
fair enough. Well, that's good. It's paired up very, very well. We're running the Heil PR 781 on our setup here. How long have you had the radio, and what are your thoughts of the radio?
Well, I've had the radio for about, I'm going to cut this back up to 100 watts here. I've had the radio for about 3 weeks now, and my thoughts on radio is, it's like night and day for me. I used to run a FT450D, and, the audio was not quite there. I couldn't get that natural sound. And this radio right here also allows me to receive a lot better. I used to have people calling me, through CQ, and I couldn't even pull them out. They could hear me, but I couldn't pull them out, and it's kind of embarrassing. So going to this radio definitely makes my hearing so much better there, QSL.
Oh, definitely so. And my friend Doug was just curious how high you have your bazooka up in the air.
It's only up 20 feet. It's only up 20 feet, and I have it at 20 feet. It's in an L shape. I have it in the L shape, and the feed line, going up in the middle is 20, and both ends are at, in between 20 and 19 feet there, over.
Okay, well, it's definitely working well. And my friend Doug, who's out on Long Island, says that you sound great. So you're making it out there to Doug as well. And he's another YouTuber. So if you get a chance to hear him sometimes, you got to make sure you check in with Doug. He's got a great channel as well. We did the software firmware update a couple of weeks ago. And in that software update, it does have the presets for FT8. If you're interested in that, it was a fairly easy download and then upload with the SD card. And we've done it on several occasions. We did a little bit this morning, FT8, and it's I think with the right software, I think it'll work out really well. We were doing some other things here in the shack. We weren't all in front of it. We were glancing over from time to time, and so currently we're giving the thumbs up, and we've had others the last couple of nights that have given their opinion as well. And again, that's what I like. The hobby, there's something out here for everybody, whether it is the digital modes or CW or strictly phone or anything in between. There's a lot of different things that can be done in amateur radio, and there's and there's price points as well. So I think it does attract a lot of new operators, and I hope that it will continue to do that. And, again, if the manufacturers keep making nice equipment like they are, because your 10 sounds terrific, I haven't heard a bad one yet, and I think it's all good for everybody there, Roger.
Roger, I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, again, you have to give it to the manufacturers. If they thought that maybe the hobby wasn't progressing, I really couldn't say if they would be making this new equipment. And so it kind of goes hand in hand. There's certainly just in the last 4 or 5 years with the advent of the SDR, now these SDR radios and so forth, and you watch that waterfall and it's kind of mesmerizing. You can get yourself caught looking at it. And from the old days, you just had an analog meter. But they still sound great. I mean, I've talked to many people just in the last several weeks that are running, 30 and 40-year-old equipment, and, it sounds terrific. Radios have no idea how old they are. They're just designed to talk and receive, and they do a great job. So, again, a lot of stuff gets repurposed. There's new stuff out there on the market. I think it's great for everybody there. Roger?
Roger. I totally agree. And you are definitely right. A lot of the old equipment, you can't even tell it. And I think the older stuff seems to do better on AM for sure than the new, the newer technology. But going back to the FTDX10, the only thing that I do not like, or maybe I have not quite figured it out yet, is the waterfall. I cannot pick up, decent signals, where it has my waterfall, where I know something is going on there, over.
Yeah, that's just your